Today on the channel from Super 7 Ultimate Edition line, we've got the classic version of Conan the Barbarian.
The spirit of every warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here. Welcome back to the channel for another Super 7 Ultimate Edition unboxing and review. And today we're throwing it back from a couple years ago. Finally getting around to unboxing this bad boy. And what is it? It is the Super 7 Ultimates Conan comic version. So a little bit different than the traditional Arnold versions we've been getting with Super 7 as well. And if my memory serves me right, this packaging style that we know from the Super 7 Ultimates, I believe that new kind of uniform style started with this Conan figure. I could be wrong, but for some reason that sticks in my memory. But of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And of course, for all your Super 7 Ultimate needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Link in the description below. Save 10% on all in-stock items by using that link, and of course getting free shipping or for anything over $39. Got to get a deal all day long. So let's take a look at this, and we'll start with the outer shell box. Of course, a hallmark of the Super 7 Ultimate figures. Very, very cool with that Conan lettering. Very iconic lettering for Conan right there. Besides that, nothing really too special. They were off to the races with this beautiful. This could be one of the most beautiful packs from Super 7 in the Ultimate Edition line as far as box art. Very bright, very colorful. You know exactly what you're getting with it, and it does wrap around. So look at that beautiful artwork there. There he is fighting to the death as Conan normally does. And of course, Conan the Barbarian down here. But look at that side, how it wraps around the packaging. Nowadays, in these Super 7 Ultimates, we get a little action on the front and then nothing really on the sides. This is a really, really cool, bright package. Very, very nice. Conan at the very top. And then on the back, you got Conan the Barbarian. And of course, this is a slip cover. So you just slip this bad boy off, and you're off to the races right there. I'm going to put this off to the side as I do save my Super 7 packaging, as you guys know. But there he is. Look at that. How cool is this packaging? Bright, bright red. You got extra heads. You got weapons in there. A lot going on with this Conan. Even got graphics kind of muted back there on the side. And on the other side. And then the back, it looks like we got some words. Very, very hard to read. But let's see what it says back here about Conan. Come with us to the Hyborian Age. Very hard to read here. Come with us back to the dark centuries which sprawl between the sinking of Atlantis and the dawn of recorded time, to the days when the now forgotten land of Aquilina was the mightiest of nations, and a man's life was worth no more than the strength of his sword arm. Come with us to the raw, untamed world of Conan the Barbarian. Okay, I'm in. You sold me. I'll be there. But what we're going to do here is take this offline, and we're going to unbox this, get it all out, and we'll be back talking all things Conan the Barbarian. All right, we got Conan out of the package. Let's start off with the accessories, but first let's look at this box real quick. You can kind of see the little background action there, but very, very cool packaging on this one. One of the better packaged Ultimate Editions. I wish they would kind of go back to more of that all-around wrapping style of the packaging, but very, very cool. But let's dive in here, and of course we've got a couple of accessories with here. Not a ton going on with Conan. When you think Ultimate Editions from Super 7 in this day and age, you're thinking all these different hands, different things, different time a few years ago. But of course, with Conan the Barbarian here, we do get his iconic sword. Sure, you know, any guy like this, a barbarian, they got to have a sword, so it's going to be iconic. Yeah, it is. But it has got a nice silver blade here, gold handle, nice little sides there, gold down to the bottom. It's your paint by numbers sword, a little bit thin, even a little bit of wave to it here. Wish it was a little more sturdy, a little more straight, but you can't straighten that out. But we do got a sword. And then we do get a big old spear here, a big old pointed end spear, of course. Nice little daggers on coming out the side, very, very sharp. And then it looks like wood, of course, but it's got the silver wrapping around. Very, very cool look to this. Now, there is a caveat to this, though. To the death, as one may say, right there. You can see this little box. Thank you for your support of Super 7, it says on the back. Now, what happened here is this Conan had many delays at the factory. No different than we see with Super 7 in this day and age, but this was delayed for a long, long time. And as Super 7 does, when there's delays or there's mistakes, they do make things right. New Japan Pro Wrestling, they sent extra hands out to everybody. Panthro, they gave everybody an extra head. Chitara, they had delays, they gave everybody an extra head for her. So they always try to do a little bit something special for their customers, which is always appreciated, as you guys know. But they did give us this weapon pack for the delay. So you did get weapons, an extra weapon pack here, and it's the same weapons. But look at this, Bloody Edition. Bloody Edition weapons. Now, I'm all in on some bloody weapons. You guys know old Kyle. He loves good old bloody weapons. And very fitting for Conan because he's a barbarian. He does not mess around. So you get these identical weapons, but blood-soaked. So choose your own adventure. You want bloody weapons, you want regular weapons. You know me, I'm going bloody weapons all day long. I think they look really, really cool. Very awesome, and that was a nice throw-in for the delays, of course, from Super 7, because everybody hates delays, and Super 7 wants these out on time. So to do that is a nice gesture to their fan base, I feel. But now let's look at Conan the Barbarian here, and of course, it does look like a more comic Conan than the Conan. I think in this day and age, most people think of Conan as Arnold Schwarzenegger. Maybe I'm wrong. It depends if you read the Conan comics back in the day, if you were into that kind of thing. Always reminds me of something out of a Manowar song or a Manowar album cover as well. Obviously, a lot of Manowar fandom for Conan back in the day, and probably still today. But very, very good looking Conan. I love the bluish tint to the black hair. I think that is always striking in action figures, and we do see that here. He does have a nice big old helmet with some horns on it. The helmet is not removable, but a very, very good screaming open mouth face. I think this is the one you got to use for Conan. He's always ready to throw down in a fight, of course. Does have a nice necklace here. Of course, when you pop the head off, the necklace can be removed if you are so inclined. And then you got forearm guards and a little bracelet around the forearm as well. Got a loincloth like he's right out of the Masters of the Universe, which he does predate Masters of the Universe, and a lot of Masters of the Universe kind of based on Conan a little bit, I would say loosely. I would say that's a pretty good case. And then he does got his sandals, old flip-flops. Conan's a flip-flop guy. It's hot where he lives. That's what I've heard. But very good, of course, articulation. Your typical Super 7 articulation. Arms all the way around. You do get a bicep cut. Single-jointed elbow. We do got pins. This is before they went pinless. Hands side to side, back and forth, of course. We've got that. Then, of course, he can do the splits. Single jointed knees, ankles up and down, side to side. As I lose that little dagger, we'll talk about that in a second. You got a big ab crunch going on. A little bit bad. This ab crunch does really stand out, especially on the back, I've always felt. So you do note that there. He does have a dagger accessory, which is really good. It does pin in the side, but it is easily knocked out. It is not holding on, so I can see a lot of people losing this one over time. If you come across one of these loose, oh, it looks good, it's got the weapons, make sure you're looking for that dagger, because that could easily be misplaced for sure. Very easily. But very, very good looking Conan. I wonder, does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? Let's do the ringside test. Use discount code Kyle, save 10%. My favorite stands, as you guys know. He fits like a glove on the WWE stand as I lose the dagger once again. It keeps falling off on me, but he does fit perfectly on that stand. We do get a second head with Conan, like I talked about, and this is more of a muted head, more of a just resting face Conan head, where a lot of the time I do go for this head, but for Conan, I feel like I need the screaming, yelling, mad at the world head going on here. So it does look good, but it is Conan. I think you know who this is when you see this. You think it's Conan or something along those lines, or some kind of fantasy artwork come to life, something like that. Whenever I do see this figure, though, it does harken back to the Masters of the Universe Classics line from, of course, Mattel and Super 7 later. And we got, of course, Viking He-Man, which is always kind of like, feels like Conan the Barbarian to me. So I want to compare these guys here really close. Very similar but different. I don't know which one I like better. I think I like the Masters of the Universe Classics a hair more just because I like that line so much. But this isn't bad for what it is. I can see people saying they don't like this because it's not pinless joints. It's not double jointed. There was the error and taking forever to get to it. So there's probably some people a little down on this figure. I understand that. And both these figures really could use updates in the modern world articulation, but very, very cool for sure. And if you're a Conan fan, this is really awesome. There's a lot of Conan fans, as we know, that don't like the movie Conan stuff, but they like this version. So if you're one of those people, I think this is for you all day long. But what say you guys out there in YouTube land? You all in on your Conans? How do you like your Conan, with Arnold or with comics? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, don't forget to follow along with this channel. Hit the old subscription bell. Hit the old notification bell and subscription, I should say. Don't forget to like this video. We got videos every single day. You don't want to miss one. And of course, videos like this much earlier on the Patreon, bonus content, exclusive content over there on Patreon, and don't forget about the monthly giveaways. And it's also your best way to support the channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson, and don't forget to follow along on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for Conan the Barbarian and Super 7, I am Kyle, and I'll see you guys all real soon.